Hey everyone, David C. Anderson here, coming at you from the Knife Center. And today we're taking a look at the Ken Onion designed Kershaw Leek. Let's check it out. So looking back a little bit, Kershaw were one of the first to bring assisted opening knives to a broader market thanks to their SpeedSafe mechanism, which was designed by Hall of Fame knife maker Ken Onion. This mechanism ushered in a sea change in the knife industry, and the Leek is one of the knives that has endured since those earlier days. Not just because of its snappy action, but because it's a fantastic design. With slim handles and a narrow blade, it makes a highly refined EDC. It's perfect as a gentleman's pocket knife, and it also makes a fantastic example of what we like to call an executive knife, with a narrower blade than many modern folders. As with any knife that has endured for as long as the Leek has, you'd expect to see some variance, and you won't be disappointed by what the Leek series has to offer. To get started, we'll look at the standard model, and it features an aluminum frame with an integral frame lock and a Swedish steel blade, Sandvik's excellent 14C28N to be exact. This is a fine-grained steel that can take a wickedly sharp edge quite easily with very respectable edge retention. The blade itself is a modified Warncliffe design with a very acute point. It's going to pierce very well. And for opening packages or envelopes, breaking down some boxes, or even a little bit of food prep, the Leek does a fine job. The SpeedSafe assisted opener has been a key part of this knife since its introduction, and Kershaw knows how to dial it in for super fast deployment. The blade can be opened either with the small thumb studs, or with a press on the flipper tab, which also creates a nice small finger guard when it's open. Now, if you're a little nervous about a spring-assisted blade sitting in your pocket, Kershaw offers a simple and effective solution for locking things down with the tip lock slider that will prevent the blade from accidentally opening. In addition to the frame lock models, Kershaw also makes versions with a liner lock and anodized aluminum scales. Now, I always love seeing extra color options on knives beyond the typical blacks and grays, and there are plenty to choose from with the Leek. Here we have the purple, but you can also get orange, green, or teal, among others. As you can see, both of these knives are nice, slim, and narrow, although the liner lock version is a little bit thicker, but they are both unobtrusive in your pocket, and with smooth surfaces, they're going to be kinder to your clothes as well. The pocket clip does a nice job of holding things in place until you need it, and can be set up for right side carry, either tip up or tip down. Either one of these look great out of the box, but they really come into their own after they've been carried for a while and have picked up some scuffs and light scratches. It really gives them a lot of character. Stepping up the food chain to some more exotic steels, Kershaw also offers this knife with a black DLC coated frame lock and an Alabama Damascus steel blade. And that blade is made from 416 layers of steel, including layers of 5160 and 52100. Now, this is a carbon steel base, so it will require a bit more upkeep. However, the look it creates is stunning, and you get a very keen blade with an extremely tough edge. And thanks to that DLC coating on the frame, it's going to stand up even better to heavy use. This next one features a few more staple design cues from Kershaw, and the first is their blackwash finish. It's applied to both the frame and the blade, which makes it look broken in right out of the box. The second feature is a composite blade, which is also available with a standard finish, and it features a top section and a bottom section, and they fit together like a puzzle that are braze welded together. Not only does it create a cool visual effect, but it also puts high-performance steel right at the edge where you need it most, and in this case we get CPM D2. Unlike standard D2, which is prized for its edge holding but can be a little more difficult to sharpen, CPM D2 features a much smaller grain structure thanks to its particle metallurgy makeup. This allows it to achieve a fine edge, hold it for longer, and sharpen easier when it does come time to hone your blade. Apart from the shakeup with the steel, we also see them switch to a flat grind on this knife, which offers a little bit more strength and it really shows off the lines of the weld. Next up is my personal favorite of the bunch, featuring lightweight carbon fiber scales, a liner lock, and a CPM 154 steel blade with a stone-washed finish. Not only is this a great-looking finish on a great-looking knife, but it's also my preferred blade finish. Not only will it help to minimize the appearance of scratches as you actually use the blade, but because this process is essentially a random pattern mild polishing, it helps to seal the surface pores on the steel, and it'll actually help to increase its corrosion resistance even further. It's a pretty good 2-for-1 trick. But if any of these options aren't quite fancy enough for you, you'll want to check out these versions, which have been customized by Santa Fe Stoneworks, featuring stunning overlays on one side of the frame. There are several to choose from, including this red coral and mother of pearl variant with a 14C28 blade, as well as this black jet and mother of pearl version with the CPM D2 composite blade and a polished frame. Whichever one you choose, these are art knives that are just as worthy of a place of honor on display in your collection as they are truly beautiful tools. So we've shown you a bunch of different versions here, but this is just the tip of the iceberg with the Leek series. There are even more blade and handle options to choose from. If you want to get your hands on any of them, click the link in the description below to head over to KnifeCenter.com.